Hello, and welcome to the Google Ads Strategy Hub podcast. I'm Sarah, the host, and today we're going to tear down the walls. I want you to forget everything that you think you know about Google Ads today. The tired old advice that keeps small businesses absolutely stuck in the cycle of test and just hope, chasing tiny returns in a platform that, let's just say it, it's built for large advertisers. The truth about how major corporations achieve these massive, massive winnings that you hear Google themselves bragging about, managing budgets in the millions, it isn't just about throwing more money at the problem, it's about a fundamentally different strategy. And I've been saying this a lot on my channel. I've been inside of these multi-million-dollar companies. That is who I've worked for. I've spent a ton of time on the agency side. And I'm literally going to spill the exact counterintuitive insights that they use in this video. And I'm going to spill all this completely for free. And let me tell you, when I'm working at big agencies, I bill a lot for this advice. So this is going to be your secret sauce that separates the businesses that are just paying for Google from those that are absolutely blowing up revenue, dominating the market, dominating the industry in Google Ads. If you're ready to stop guessing, start implementing the strategic blueprint that the real big players use to turn every single ad dollar that you're spending into profit, then these are the principles that I'm going to be sharing. And I'm going to show you exactly what you've been missing as a small business. So get ready to level up. Step 1, master the intent. You're going to take the mentality of a serve, do not sell mentality. This is the first of the unconventional steps that big businesses take that is entirely behind the scenes and not necessarily transparent to you. Big clients obsess over user intent. The campaigns that seem random but perform incredibly well are not just lucky. It's because big companies precisely understand why the user typed in that search query. If you want to grow in Google Ads today in 2025, you have to stop thinking like a copywriter. You have to stop thinking like you're desperate to sell. It's like complete pick-me energy. You need to think like a servant. You're serving your client base. Your ad copy, it's not just a sales pitch, it's a solution. You have to think that every single search query is a signal, the search query in itself, that a person has a problem that they're needing to solve. A very simple product search is a signal that a specific need is there for a service or a product. A click on a display ad is driven by a deeper underlying need because they're essentially clicking on something while doing something else. It's a display ad. It doesn't matter what your niche is. All that matters is that you, as the business, understand the why. Why are they searching? Why would they want to click on your ad? That is going to be the key here. So a small local plumber isn't just bidding on a wide generic term, plumber near me. The sophisticated plumber knows that the person has their wallet ready and they're searching, and they understand the intent behind the query, such as sump pump replacement near me with same-day service, right? Like that is an incredibly long reason why someone's searching for plumber near me. They are really looking for the sump pump replacement with same-day service. That is what they need. But here's the thing. You can't necessarily set that specific keyword. I mean, that is an incredibly long keyword. Instead, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going to have to lean into Google's automation. And that a lot of times is that broad match or that shorter phrase of a keyword. And what you're going to need to understand is that's going to bring in a wider range of traffic. But then you're going to use the ad copy in the landing page to immediately validate that micro niche intent that I just talked about. So the big clients, they're going to put in same-day pump service, or they're going to put in something like plumber near me, something that is incredibly broad. But then the headline is going to say, same-day sump pump service. And then the user searching the specific phrase gets that version of the RSA ad. So again, they're bidding on that broad term. They're refining in their ad copy with that specificity, I can't even say that word, with the specific phrase that the user then sees in the ad, that the user then clicks. And then Google learns this broad search combined with the specific ad copy equals that conversion. So you're leaning in. And I think what happens with small businesses is they cast a wide net and they use generic ads. But the successful ones use their ad copy and landing page as that laser pointer that tells Google's AI exactly which broad clicks are valuable effectively training the system to find that specific high intent signal. The businesses that get stuck are the ones that are complaining about Google Ads and saying they won't give me control anymore. They don't realize the real control has shifted at this point in 2025 into the creative. So your ad copy and your landing page experience is where that control lays at this point. So master the creative well, master the ad copy, and you're going to end up mastering the algorithm. Now that you understand the intent, let's move on to step 2, which is reverse engineering the gold. And this is what I call the blueprint study. This is your second step. This is the second step secret to getting your Google Ads to prioritize your ads. And you're going to be reverse engineering the market's messaging. When you look at your competitor's ad, you're making a massive assumption that it's successful just because it's running. And the truth is, you need to study not just what they're saying, but how well it targets the user's intent. I think that's what a lot of people miss. So what we just really covered in step 1, this is the entire study encompassed into all the technical jargon. You often hear quality score, bidding strategies. But this is one simple, actionable process that gets around thinking about the technical jargon. And what I want you to do is I want you to compile a list of the most successful competitors in your niche. Again, the ones you think are competitive. And I don't want you to get stuck in this echo chamber. When everyone studies the same 5 competitors, everyone starts to sound the same. So the big secret is to look outside your industry, especially at the hyper-competitive sectors. Like, I love looking at software, so SaaS companies, they spend so much money in their ads that their messaging is ruthless. It has to be efficient. Study their responsive search headlines and descriptions. What are the common themes and emotions that they appeal to? A plumber studying SaaS is going to have an ad. Also, look at the display ad creative and the landing pages. What promises are they making to solve the user's problem? Offers and unique value propositions. What is the high-value differentiated message that the market is truly responding to? So those are the questions that you're going to need to ask. And here's the critical warning. Do not trust your eyes. I know I'm telling you to go study, but don't trust just your own eyes. And I need to give this critical warning because what happens is when you study competitors, you only see what they're running. You have no idea if that ad is a cash machine or if they're bleeding money behind the scenes. Your goal isn't to copy what you like, it's to analyze what you think is working. So you must constantly balance this blueprint analysis with what your customer truly wants. Your own personal bias, what you like, what you find attractive, is often the biggest blind spot in your ads campaign. What converts your audience might be something that you personally find completely boring. You always need to defer to that customer's intent. So here's an AI cheat code for you since we're all on the AI now in Google. This is a massive time saver and it's going to help you take your blind spot out. Start compiling a list of the top performing headlines and descriptions from your research in your industry and outside your industry. And again, we're making an assumption with top performing, but it is what we're seeing in ads. Drop that document into a chat GPT and give it 2 commands. The first command is point out all the similarities and core psychological triggers in this ad copy. That's going to be key. And then tell it to create 5 ad copy formulas based on what's working well in this niche. This discovery process is the only actual advice that you need for creating solid ad copy. And then you're really just looking at keywords and ad group structure for a lot of the rest of your ad strategy. You're uncovering the proven language that targets the right intent, which in turn will start to get you better quality scores and a better efficient placement in the ad options. This is gold in Google. The success isn't found necessarily in the keyword list when you think about it. It's found in the platform awarding your ad relevance and then you getting that ultimate performance out of it. So it's not just the keyword list, it's not just the ad copy. It's found in the platform awarding your ad that relevance score to get cheaper CPCs, and then you ultimately getting the best possible performance. Step number 3 is your true secret formula. And that is to use this proven blueprint that I explained above, plus your authentic voice. You've gathered the data, you know your audience's intent, that was in step 1. You know the language of success in your niche, and you pulled from outside your niche, step 2. And now I don't want you to just carbon copy. I want you to understand the why their ads work. and infuse those foundational principles into your strat. And then I want you to add your own uniqueness, your sparkle, and your sprinkle. I want you to reject the idea of competition, because there really isn't competition. There's only confirmation. If other people are successfully spending money in your space, it does confirm that there is a hungry market that needs help and hungry businesses there to provide. But you have to be confident in your uniqueness and your brand voice. And that comes from your specific offer and your corporate experience. This is the wonderful soup that makes the unique solution that nobody else has. They're parts of your brand, your business, your identity that potentially you're hiding. And the perfect customer is really looking for you. Remember that. Maybe it's your unusual guarantee. That's part of what converts them. Maybe it's your brand's foundation on speed that is going to convert them. And maybe that foundation on speed will cause some that are looking for maybe something more custom that will take longer. But what it is it's going to cause many people, if not more, to convert immediately because of what makes you you. They look at the ad and they see, oh my gosh, that's what I've been looking for. And that is what I'm going to click on and convert on. It's not just about finding customers. It's about finding your specific customers. So don't be scared to add that uniqueness into everything that you've done today, because how you call clients uniquely are the ones that are going to be assigned to work with your service. They're going to be the ones that see your ad as the right time, right place, right offer. So don't be afraid of this side of you. So here's some proof that this blueprint works. Before I go on, I want to give you the final step, but I think you should know that I had a client that after executing this blueprint, that what I'm telling you above, they made over $50,000 single month after just 2 months of coaching with me. This is the difference between simply just running ads and actually monetizing them to make money. And so what I want you to do in this last step, okay, and it's going to be probably the most basic of all the steps, is adopt a scientist mindset. And this is really the data loop. You're going to have to do it, but oftentimes I'm finding that it's being ignored. And that is that you're going to analyze your data with a scientist mindset. Once you've consistently executed the first steps above, the first 3 steps I provided you, and your campaigns are up and running, you're spending the money, this is when the real work begins. You must consistently look at your data, only your data, and find the gold and find the leaks. What is working well? Identify those high converting keywords, the ad groups, even the geographic locations, and double down on these. You also want to keep an eye on your quality score. This is your best proxy for ad relevance in your user experience. And then what you really want to do is pinpoint the drop-offs. Are people clicking your ad only to immediately leave the landing page? Then that's going to be a disconnect that needs fixing ASAP. The other thing is you're going to need to enter this process ready to learn, not just to earn. If you set that expectation that your first Google Ads campaign is going to hit a 10x ROAS or the lowest ever CPA, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment and discouragement. You need to focus on action goals, not just outcome goals, especially at the beginning. This is a mindset shift that sustains long-term success in Google Ads. Focus 90% of your energy on these action goals, so things that are entirely within your control. So for example, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour a week to campaign optimization and budget review. I'm going to look at all my metrics through and through. This month, I'm going to create 5 new highly relevant ad groups using the competitor blueprint, and I am going to thank myself every time I hit these milestones that I can do. I've made a relevant ad. I've gone through the blueprint. I know this ad takes into incorporation the data that I have from inside my niche and outside my niche, and you're going to be happy about that. And then you need to feed in your outcome goals, which are the metrics that you can't directly control, like CPA and the conversion rate. That's where we have to tap in. So if you want to know how to not just run Google Ads, but how to monetize it through your unique skills and offer something people are truly begging to pay for, then this 4-step strategic approach is the key. And if you're ready to take the strategic approach, apply it step by step to your own business, make sure you like and subscribe to the Google Ads Strategy Hub podcast so you don't miss our deep dive episodes on strategy. Each one of these is 4 steps is crucial, and I'll see you in the next episode.